I'm Steve,
I'm Tom.
and this is Demagogue News with things you need to know about.
Episode 3, Impeachment Overview, Democratic Primaries, and the State of the Union.
All right, episode 3, Tom.
What's good?
The glove didn't fit, and they shall acquit, my friend.
Yeah, lots happened in the week that we didn't record.
Yeah,
so.
like everything, apparently.
Yeah, we laughed, loved, and unfortunately, impeachment is over, so just going to relive some of those fond memories.
Yes. Beginning with gold pens. Nancy Pelosi with her $14,000 gold pens that she paid for all her friends to write on the impeachment document. 14 grand.
They're the proletariats, though, so it's cool, right? Like,
how do you spend that much on a pen?
I don't...
That's $1,000 each.
I mean, that kind of builds off of, like, it's like believing that you're a part of history while it's happening, like, sort of, like, oh, well, these are going to be in a museum someday. This is what...
It belongs in a museum.
We overthrew a dictator. And, I think I noticed the same thing with, like, I know CNN, when, like, Adam Schiff was making his speech, I think for the Senate, it was like, oh, children will be taught this speech. It's
going to be in the history books.
And do these people like live in the same news cycle as I do? Because it lasts about 24 hours.
Yeah, nothing's going to be in the history books from anything around here except for whatever happens that's actually happens. The small nickel and dime stuff, it's all going to go in the trash.
Yeah, he got like acquitted. Like, who's going to listen to a speech like, but you lost?
Maybe history students will go into it. Someone will write a dissertation on it.
Maybe like deep history, but
that's one dude. One dude will do about it. Something about it. Children among the world. No.
Yeah, I'm talking like
Fuck
people
off.
who aren't born yet. Like, I can't imagine that being taught in the curriculum.
It depends if academia is still there. When they talk about the dark days, 2016. It's a bad year. All started with this fucking gorilla.
Dusted orange.
God. Orange became outlawed in all the land. The color orange became evil. But, yeah, no, it's retarded.
Yeah, the whole thing was a shit show from the get-go.
Oh, it was great. It was reality TV. It was fantastic.
It was just everything from, like, it was just ill-prepared. And just to go on from that, like, people high-fiving each other, just, like, clapping over, and this article passes. And she's like, shh. Like, don't give it away.
Oh, yeah, it's a secret. Yeah, but we're going to high five like we just won a game at school. Woo, yeah. All right, everybody. Oh, man.
But, yeah, it was pretty much like you knew that you didn't have the votes in the Senate. And
when you started.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you already knew.
Doomed from the get-go. And any commentary that I've seen from the left has been, oh, well, like, it would have definitely worked had it been better prepared, and maybe there is an argument to that. But everybody's like kind of in agreement that it was doomed from the start.
Yeah, no one's saying that there was no one's saying yet that there was a breach of the peace, that something went wrong. I'm sure that it'll come up in the future that something
some point, yeah.
There was a reason why XYZ happened and that's why it didn't pass. But yeah, from the beginning, no. It wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, it was expecting, like, the Republican majority to act like no party has ever acted.
Ever in the history of the United States.
Like, which is, like, a nonpartisan. Like, is that even a thing?
Fully nonpartisan. Everyone would be so moved by the words that we say, and the evidence will be so groundbreaking. I'm sorry, the actual last groundbreaking one, he dipped out before they could impeach him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
never. No.
Just, and going off of, like, nonpartisan, it was like you're asking the Republicans to be nonpartisan when you have, like, Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler, who are, like, super partisan, like, pleading the case.
The most partisan. Yeah, they should just have just the letter L on their forehead for left.
Yeah,
that's the loser.
Or at least have a Democratic, like, jersey. Like, that's pretty much what it was.
The sponsors on it. Yeah, just put it on there. Just like NASCAR.
So, yeah, the only guy who broke ranks, obviously, Mitt Romney, who, that's another one.
Let him rip, Mitt.
Like, that's another one that, he's never liked Trump to begin with. And then, like,
let's be honest, many people haven't liked Trump, so that's not really that
that's not
newsworthy.
saying much.
Right.
But that being said, Utah is pretty conservative, but it's not, like, super Trump. Trumpist. Like,
Yeah, but they're still pretty stalwart conservatives.
yeah, I mean, it's
It's
for
not like-
them. It's Trump is like a lesser of two evils.
Yeah, it's the option that they have now.
yeah,
It's just him.
and I don't know, like, and again, I've see Mitt Romney was commended at the Democratic debate, and I've definitely heard him also for the historical thing. It's like, dude, nobody's gonna give a shit. Like,
Yeah,
in
no-
10 years,
No
like,
one
who's
cares
gonna,
about you anymore, man.
who's
I'm
gonna be?
sorry.
Yeah, like Mitt Romney just. Like, he's just kind of there. Like, he was a bad political candidate, like presidential candidate.
Yeah, it was it didn't work out well for anybody except for the Teflon Don. Slick as sin, my friend. Yeah, no, it was pretty funny. Pretty funny, all in all said. Yeah. So that was impeachment.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
My all-time favorite part. Wow. I would definitely have to say, going back to it, just the like when they're trying to act sad, but they're like super pumped, like House Democrats that they're passing.
Oh yeah,
this.
as this grand act of the law, we're gonna hold out. We're gonna be very respectful and honorable. Yeah, high five. Woo, yeah, good job. Shh. As we carry out our duties as representatives of this noble house. High five. Woo, yeah. Shh.
It's with a heavy heart that I solemnly vote to impeach the
Woo!
president.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That's the full-on acting, just
Yeah.
turning up to 11.
I don't know. What was yours?
Gold pens, man. Who spends that much money on gold pens? Trump writes on a Bic, 5-cent pen, doing full-on trade deals.
Made in China.
They make the best pens, man. Yeah, when you're a child, you get to write out the full, the red book. You got to be able to write it out, in one sitting. You got to have a good pen. Bic, they're there for you.
We're not even sponsored, by the way.
Bic, call us, please.
Thick as a bic, yeah.
Dummy thick like a Bic.
That's that's kind of an oxymoron in itself. But
It's a tiny pen.
yeah. So
Some rappers gonna steal that from us.
so some of the people in the impeachment trial are actually they debated. What was it? Friday night.
Oh yeah. What was her name?
Klobuchar, Sanders,
that's right.
and Warren.
And Warren, right? Yeah, they were in the vote, and that was interesting. In the debate, they kept commenting how difficult it was for them to do that, like it was any difficulty at all. Just like,
Yeah.
yep, stamp, boop.
I mean, like none of them are like they're all trying to run against Trump. Like, why would they want
Raise
it?
your hand if you do not like Donald Trump. just get a show of hands.
I mean, none of them raised their hand. When it was like, do you feel comfortable with the Democratic Socialists
Oh, yeah.
representing the Democratic Party?
Klobuchar did.
She was like sort of, kind of, and then
No, and then Bernie just puts his hand up. He's like, yeah, but don't forget me. Trust me, the 1%, only the 40% of the bottom 20%.
Is it kind of weird though that they like he doesn't really say 1% as much anymore as he does like billionaires.
Billionaires.
Because
The billionaires.
like Bernie's in the 1%.
Anyone making over $405,000 a year is in the 1% of the United States, which is a lot. There's a million millionaires out there. I think there's like 4,000 billionaires, but there's a lot of people making $500,000. 3/4.
Man, it's definitely like it's like you're super well off. I certainly wouldn't be bitching, but it's not like you're like pulling people's strings like marionettes. Like
Yeah, you're
whoa,
influencing. Well,
Illuminati.
these billionaires, AOC was right. They have this power. We don't want their money. We want their power.
Unlimited power.
Yes.
So,
And conveniently enough, AOC wasn't even at the State of the Union.
yeah, we'll touch on that a little
Right.
bit later. So going back to it, Iowa caucus was a shit show.
Yes.
Holy-
The next step, right after that, all our prospective gentlemen and women of the DNC went to go have their votes be casted, and it just all fell apart, just immediately.
Yeah, we got the results in on like Friday. I think it was when we were finally at 100% reporting.
And it was on Wednesday night, right?
No, it was on a Monday night because we recorded. Yeah, when episode
took
2 was
5
being
days?
recorded. Yeah,
I thought it was 3 days.
because I know that like by Thursday it was still at 85% reporting. So the
How
end
hard
result,
is it to just put people on one side of the room and count heads?
I don't know. It was the whole thing was a mess, and and the end result is like Buttigieg won. Okay.
Buttigieg won, but Bernie got the actual popular vote, so he had the most names on his list. But Buttigieg won. Do caucuses go through districts? Is there gerrymandering in caucuses for how powerful your vote is?
I don't know.
Because Buttigieg won, but Bernie got the most popular vote, but Buttigieg got the most delegates. So I'm assuming that means that Buttigieg got less of the mandatory delegates, but got more super delegates.
I don't even know if they do superdelegates in a caucus.
I don't know. Caucuses are old.
Yeah,
Primaries are
they
much
are
simpler.
pretty old. They're antiquated.
But Sleepy Joe got fourth.
Yeah, which is terrible for his campaign.
Dumped millions in that, and he got fourth.
I mean, it looks really bad because the two most progressive candidates, Warren and Sanders, both finished ahead of him, which would have been okay. Let's say he finishes third, and they split the progressive vote, but Buttigieg got first, and Buttigieg is trying to take the moderate lane here.
Yeah, he's the right-wing Nazi of the DNC.
I don't think I'd go that far. He's not
compared to everybody else.
I wouldn't call
he was a veteran.
He's a veteran. That's about it. But he's gay. He's very proud to say that he's the poorest of any of the candidates.
Yeah, he does like to say that a lot. He
loves saying that. It's I'm qualified for this job because my net worth is low.
Right. So I know how to understand how to use trillions of dollars of the federal budget because I'm poor. I know what it feels like to be poor. Okay. Okay. Cool. Have fun with that.
And plus, he's only 38 too.
Yeah, he's on the younger side. If he gets elected, he'd be the youngest president ever elected.
Dude, he's only been mayor of South Bend, Indiana, famous for having University of Notre Dame, and that's about it.
Notre Dame is a esteemed. Is that Ivy League?
It's the same caliber.
Yeah, it's very fancy. Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Irish.
But yeah, that's he lost to become Indiana State Treasurer by a lot. I want to say he was
what does a mayor do? I understand a mayor. What the fuck did Oscar Goodman do? Defend the mob? We know that.
I'm for that.
Yeah.
NGOs, baby. But yeah, that's so.
Yeah, what government thing did Buttigieg do being a mayor?
Yeah, he's being mayor of South Bend, Indiana. It's not like he was mayor of New York or something.
It's a hot commodity, my friend.
Yeah.
South Bend, that's where the action's at. That's where the action's
that's where dreams
at.
come true.
That's where everyone wants to be.
So yeah, that's weird and stuff. And I know Joe Biden has tried to attack him on that, but Joe Biden, if anybody watched the debates, he couldn't really form sentences well.
And that was Joe Biden for half the time.
Yeah.
Or just avoiding my favorite things, how everyone avoided every single question entirely, except for Buttigieg and for Bernie. Everyone else just said, "Oh yeah, that's an interesting point," and then dumps on my policies of my platform. Everyone avoided every single question.
They did. It was how would you help out, disadvantaged minority communities? And then Andrew Yang oh well, if they had universal basic income,
$1,000.
Or Bernie's oh, it's the healthcare. If they just had healthcare,
they'd be able to go to school. I don't know why I became Russian there.
Well, he did honeymoon in Moscow.
Yeah,
so.
honeymoon in Moscow. Bernie's a weird guy. I don't know.
Yeah, the debate pretty uneventful in my opinion. You definitely see Klobuchar trying to take the whole middle of the she's a centrist pretty much, as opposed to Sanders is the only major progressive candidate right now. Elizabeth Warren, after calling him a sexist, that backfired so hard.
Yeah, so New Hampshire's next, right? When it comes to,
I believe that's tomorrow,
right? Yeah, New Hampshire's so that's why they had the debate there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what did Klobuchar get on the rankings? 8%? Does she even?
Badly.
I'm not familiar with her at all. I didn't even know she was in the running.
Yeah, she's a
So
senator
where did Bloomberg
from Minnesota. Bloomberg, he's like a what's his name? Darth Sidious. He's like the emperor from Star Wars. He's lurking in the shadows.
Yes, yeah.
I think
he hasn't been to any debate, has he?
No, he has no desire to. I think he's waiting for them to knock each other out, and then maybe if there's a debate in Nevada, I think he would probably enter that.
Weird. Well, we are a swing state, so
yeah,
good chance that might happen.
So initially I had said that I was putting my money on Biden being the nominee with a Kamala Harris vice president. Right now my bet is looking pretty bad right now.
I'm thinking it's either gonna be because it's a good argument for Bloomberg that he's just gonna wait and then start dumping money and take people's emotions very quickly because he's like Trump, a household name
yeah.
from the same city, knows the game, billionaire, same story as Trump, but other guy. But I think now that I've seen Buttigieg, he might have more than just a half a chance in the world. I like his odds. If things keep going the way they keep going, he might actually, have a fighting chance.
And if he takes New Hampshire,
Yeah,
that would be a game
if he does it
changer.
again,
Yeah.
it seems like, oh, that wasn't just a fluke. Interesting.
Sanders is definitely favored in New Hampshire, also in the Northeast.
Right. Right next to
Borders his great
Vermont.
state of Vermont. Yeah.
The great state of Vermont, yes.
Yeah, Nevada, I think, is going to be the final sort of like crucible. Like whoever comes out and top, like at the top in Nevada, is like a presumptive nominee, in my opinion.
I wonder, did we vote for Hillary or for Bernie last time?
That's a good question. I don't have that. Jamie, pull that up.
yeah. Look it up. Alternate Tom.
Yeah, appreciate that. I mean, that does it really matter though? Like, Hillary still got the super delegates.
Yeah, history repeats itself though. Depends how many Bernie bros are in Las Vegas and Reno, because the rest of Nevada is just staunch red.
Yeah, but the rest of Nevada, like, it's kind of
Nobody actually lives there. Actually,
Yeah,
it's just full of ghost towns and crazy people in trailer parks. Sorry, people that live there, but seriously, what the fuck are you doing there? It's terrifying.
it'd be great if they just had a map of this
Hey,
stuff.
Jesus, Tom, you know how to use a phone?
No, not really.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, just use it for like internet.
I wonder why your right forearm is bigger than your left.
Fair enough. All right, so I finally have this up. It actually went to Bernie.
Okay, there you go. We got the Bernie Bros here in
So,
Vegas.
Bernie
so
actually has a much better chance at the nomination than I thought he did.
it depends if Wasserman Schultz, is she still running the DNC?
No,
Okay,
Tom Perez.
Tom Perez. Depends if anyone else in the DNC wants to fuck Bernie over again. Because that's all they talked about during the debate was socialism bad, Bernie bad. It was just like, Jesus, you guys are ganging up on this motherfucker. Like
Yeah.
a lot.
But they do that if they didn't learn their lesson from the last presidential election. Like
Just
the-
get him out quick.
Yeah, because they tried to get him out. The Republican version of Bernie, Donald Trump, won and then became president.
Very true. I thought it was because Ann Coulter said it, on one of the talk shows. I thought that's why Donald Trump was elected.
Yeah, because Ann Coulter speaks for America.
Where'd Ann
That's-
Coulter go?
I don't care, personally.
A lot of these people just disappear.
So speaking of Mr. Nominee, who Ann Coulter preordained, the State of the Union. It's the first time I've tuned into a State of the Union in forever.
Dude, State of the Union was dope. I thought the State of the Union was really good. Emotional. It's like a roller coaster. Yeah, ups and downs and all arounds. Oh my gosh. That was awesome programming right there.
No, it was. I mean, definitely we saw DJT at his strongest right there. For going like he kept bouncing back. Like honestly, I think the whole like come on down, like when he calls out people in the stands, I think that's kind of hokey, but
Well, I don't know. I feel like at most State of the Unions, they recognize certain people
they
there.
do since Reagan.
Yeah,
they've been doing.
So they're
that, yeah.
he's recognizing this, having them stand up, talking about them. That was pretty good. But the goodness starts at the very beginning. Let's be honest. DJ2 walks on stage, hands over the manuscripts to the Speaker of the House and to the Vice President. Pelosi offers half a hand. He immediately turns around and it's like stuck there. It's like not high-fiving a brother, leaving a man behind. That was hilarious.
Yeah, and that pretty much set the tone.
Oh my gosh.
For her at least.
I just went over it again, watching the whole State of the Union, and I counted 23 times that Nancy Pelosi acted like a bitch, and it was like And even the people on ABC that were talking were mentioning how tense it was in the room and how body language is going to be so important in this State of the Union. And they hit that shit on the nose so well. Everyone there, yeah, eyes were going back and forth. They were watching. They're seeing, feeling the temperature in the room. Funny as shit. Funny as shit.
Yeah, she looked pretty miserable. But hey, to be fair, she pushed through impeachment and then it lost.
Kind of lost. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, people were pissed about her tearing up the speech. Me personally, I don't care. I think it's American politics is at its best right now. Like ever since Donald
American
Trump,
politics is
man.
at its absolute greatest.
Like,
Yeah,
just
when you get the third in line of the president, and at one point I think she actually mouthed to Mike Pence, "That's not true," and you could see it. Like,
what's Mike Pence gonna do though? Like,
no, but he looks over. Maybe she's not looking at Mike Pence, but maybe into the massive crowd of white, because all the Democrats are these virtuous people, so they wear white to show their solidarity with each other. She mouths, "That's not true," after Trump was talking about NAFTA.
oh yeah, about the new NAFTA, the USCMA.
Yeah, USCMA, yeah,
Yeah,
or CME, whatever it is.
I just personally don't care about it because now like people are actually acting the way they feel. Like ever since Trump like became
The truth
president,
shall come out in the light.
yeah, everybody just like there's no longer this like courtesy, if you will.
Oh, the politeness.
Yeah, it's just like not there, and I love it. It's great.
Yeah, no, that. Do you know what happened? What was with that shout? Because everyone kept groaning when Trump said something specifically relevant. But at one certain point in time, all the Dems kind of were just shouting and had their fingers up, like 3 fingers. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah. At a certain point, they started shouting, like, and they had their hands up, like Black Lives Matter. Like, it was very strange, and there was no real pretense of why that happened, and there wasn't not a lot of, like, setup of why they got angry, but they did.
Yeah,
And like 30 of them had their 3 fingers up, and then just sat down again.
Because they only wanted him to have 3 years in the White House. Eh?
The Republicans started with a chant of 4 more years. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Just, I mean, he kind of came in like a lot of what he talked about. It was like unifying it first, and then like as things progress, like he said some really good stuff in it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I
thought all of it. I mean,
yeah.
all of it could have been easily bipartisan, and other than shitting on sanctuary cities. That was a little on the nose, but everything else was pretty.
We also
universal.
talked about the wall like it was a dating app profile, like this tall, handsome wall.
Tall, big, beautiful wall.
Beautiful.
100 miles.
It is over 6 feet, ladies.
Mm.
But going off of that,
girthy wall.
yeah, like healthcare transparency. That's
all.
awesome.
That's all good.
School choice. I'm a big fan of school choice. I think it'll help a lot of like people in disadvantaged neighborhoods get out of them because they don't have to go to shitty
Right.
schools.
Make your own decisions. That's very American.
So
Yeah, talking about freedom. Opening up Cuba.
and at the same time, socialism will never destroy our healthcare.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, but, I mean, go on.
Yeah, from that, reducing drug prices, the opioid crisis. Those are all universally good things. And at almost every single turn, the left side of the room were real excited about it, and the right side of the room were on their phones.
Yeah, and again, I don't care that they were on their phones. It's
It's whatever.
yeah, it's at least they're expressing, like there's
Yeah,
there's
but
no
they
false
make laws,
niceties.
Tom.
Dude, have you seen like there's a meme that says NBA or NFL and it shows like all these criminal records and like writing blank checks and it's like neither, it's Congress. Like these people were scumbags.
That's old news, Jack. Ain't nothing new about that.
So I don't care, like I don't expect Congress to be like the shining light of humanity. Like they're a bunch of dirtbags.
We still pay him $1.74 a year.
Yeah.
We gotta do something for somebody.
Yeah, well, I didn't agree to that. Taxation is theft.
Amen, brother.
Just like to address that.
Don't step on snake. Don't step.
But considering Donald Trump is still in office,
He's still in office, and there's a very likely chance it's going to be like that for the next 5 years.
5 years, forever.
Forever. And then it's going to be Donald Jr., and then it's going to be the other brother that we never talk about.
See? Maybe they were onto something in impeachment when they're saying
then
it was
Melania.
monarchical. Melania.
Melania.
She's the greatest first lady. But
She'll
yeah,
become the first president, female president.
Get your significant other, Demagogue News Valentine. Like, I don't know, what would we do? Like, voice record them? Like, okay, hear me out. Like maybe like a Donald Trump one. Like, travel ban, baby, except for you.
I let you inside my wall. Tis the season for the deportation.
Now we're bleeding into Christmas here.
It's always the season for something. We have too many holidays.
Yeah, we do.
We seriously do.
What are you gonna do? Like, be a Jehovah's Witness now?
No, I like Christmas. I'll be Jewish.
What? You can't celebrate Christmas if you're Jewish.
They
I mean, they still do.
Hanukkah's got the gift giving. It's fine.
Yeah, 8 crazy
You
nights.
light a thing, a menorah.
I guess. All right, that was a weird tangent. Anyway, though, like, so that's what you need to know. We just covered it. We covered everything.
We're stopping there, Tom. We're just going at that.
Yeah. Don't go to any other news network. They're all
no,
trash.
we're just us. There you go. Yeah. Orange Man. Remember, Orange Man bad. Bernie bad. Yeah.
Anarchism forever.
There you go. Just keep going with that. And those are the things you need to know about.